Please help me welcome a new member of the family. My new 42mm Breitling Superocean in blue. This past summer, I got a little obsessed with the current Breitling Superocean. I tried on a bunch while in Las Vegas, and then I borrowed a 44mm from Time Titans, and I posted a video review of it. Most of the time, getting to wear a watch for a week scratches an itch permanently, and sometimes, less often, it just makes that itch itchier. So here we are, with an itch that only a purchase can scratch, I hope. This is the Breitling A17366. That just means it's a steel 42mm Superocean. Within the 42mm size, there are 4 colorways: black, orange, blue, and white. And you can bet your ass that I obsessed over which one to buy. They all look great to me, but I knew I wanted a little color and still wanted it to be somewhat versatile. I knew this because of why I sold a watch a few months ago. I parted ways with my IWC Mark 18 because I wasn't wearing it. It's such a great watch and on one of the best bracelets in the price range, but I found that my Rolex Explorer was occupying the same place in my collection. A simple, sober steel sports watch, no colors, no frills. The two watches functioned the same for me and one had to go. So long, Mark. RIP to a real one. Knowing why I wasn't wearing a watch gave me some insights into what I might wear. Something with color that looks a little different from my other watches, and also I kind of saw this as an opportunity to try a brand I'd never owned. I spent years dismissing Breitling. I think it was their marketing and their watch designs. I'm not a pilot, I don't care about actors, even ones that can dance, and until recently Breitling was kinda gross and tacky, tasteless, but I see that the brand has clearly started to change. Not just in its marketing, but in its designs. A lot of their watches just didn't appeal to me before, and a lot of them do now. The Superocean is a case in point. Just by changing the dial and hands, the Superocean went from this to this, and it worked for me. Some people will miss the busy dials, but not me. Let's get to the facts about this watch. This Superocean is 42mm across, 13.3mm thick, and 50mm long from lug tip to lug tip. It has 500 meters of water resistance because we're still pretending that people dive with these. On the full bracelet, the watch weighs 180 grams. The watch head alone weighs 96 grams. Credit to Breitling for listing these weights on their website, and credit to them for having a usable website too. The lug spacing is 20mm and the bracelet tapers down to 18mm. This is how you do it, Omega. Inside the watch is the Breitling Caliber 17. It's a ETA 2824-2 that's been modified and certified as a chronometer by COSC. All Breitling watches are chronometer certified. Last I checked, Breitling and Rolex are the only Swiss brands that certify all of their watches. Please correct me if I'm wrong, you'll be awarded 3 fake internet points. The seller of this watch was cool enough to send me a video of timing the watch in the upright position before they shipped it to me. I don't care much about accuracy, but I appreciated this. I just love how this wears on my 7-inch wrist. This is one of the main attractions for me. I think some people might be put off by the 50mm length or the 42mm diameter, but I find this more ergonomic than a Rolex that's 47mm in length and 40mm across. The lugs of the Superocean curve down and make the watch feel like it's hugging the wrist rather than hanging over. The 42mm Superocean wears like 40mm watches from other brands. Of course, your mileage may vary, but if you're on the fence about this being too big for you, I think you might be pleasantly surprised when you try one on. And thankfully, you can find Breitling dealers all over, so testing one on your wrist shouldn't be too burdensome. On my 18cm wrist, even the 44mm felt great in size, but just a little heavy. Which is too bad. The yellow dial is actually my favorite Superocean, but Breitling only makes it in 44mm because they don't want me to be happy. You can buy this watch on a rubber strap, but I bought it on a bracelet because I like bracelets. They're comfortable for me. And I like the simplicity of the Superocean bracelet. The clasp is small, light, and has 4 micro adjustment spots. Of course, I'd prefer some on-the-fly adjustment system, but if that would add to its weight and its complexity, no thanks, and it would probably add to its price. The 42mm Superocean has a list price of $4,200. I bought this new with a Breitling warranty for much less, we'll say around $3,000. That's not cheap, and that's not logical, and I will lose money if and when I sell it. Watches are the dumbest. With that out of the way, I think if you can get this for under $3,500, you're doing alright, because there is some stiff competition over $3,500. With a list price of $3,700, the Tudor Black Bay 58 is really tough to beat. A 39mm size is more approachable for many people, an in-house movement, a more refined look, much better case finishing. For a little more, there's the Tudor Pelagos. You can find them used for just under $4,000. Titanium, amazing bracelet and clasp, it comes with a rubber strap too. And for slightly more used is the Omega Seamaster Professional. It's about the same size as the Breitling Superocean, a killer movement that's visible through a display back, a quick adjust bracelet, and even more brand prestige than Breitling. I absolutely considered getting one of these other watches. I have the budget and I have the wrist for them. And here's the thing, I prefer how the Superocean looks. At least this month I do. Totally subjective, totally personal, and maybe totally unpopular. And I probably was a little influenced by the popularity of those other watches. I wanted to try something that I didn't see a lot in my own watch circles. I have a pathological need to feel special and different. But my choice was mostly about me taking my own advice. When people ask for my help deciding between watches, I tell them to buy the one that makes them smile the most when they try it on. And that's what I did here. It's still funny to see that some people actually think that certain watches at this level are objectively better or worse than one another. They're really not. In-house movements aren't better unless that's important to you. Exclusivity isn't better unless that's important to you. Shoot, even a good resale value doesn't mean a watch is better, though that might be important to you. So here's to buying what you like, and taking risks on new experiences, and here's to scratching unscratchable itches. And sorry if this video makes you itchy too.